Hello everyone and welcome back to another video for the Addisons web series. This one is talking about the 5 and 10 year mark with your Addison's disease. I right now, sitting in 2013, am at the 10-year mark from Addison's disease. I got diagnosed in June of 2003. June of 2003, duh. Yeah, was it 2003? Yes, June of 2003. And, you know, I'm at the 10-year mark now, so in June of 2014 it'll be 11. And I'm basically going to talk to you about what to expect as your Addison's disease progresses and trying to live with it and some of the struggles a little bit that you will deal with. Now, at the 5-year mark, it was 2008. I turned 16 that year. My birthday is earlier in the year. So in 2008, I was 16, and I put on a lot of weight because of my medication being as high as it was, and my hunger, and the fact that I pretty much ate anything I could. Taco Bell, 2 Crunchwrap Supremes, and a crunchy taco, and Wendy's, 2 cheeseburgers, and a side, and a Frosty, and just eating a bunch of unhealthy food. And finally, at 16 years old, I sat down and went, you know what? I put my foot down. I'm tired of being a bit bigger. I would like to lose weight and look a little bit more better. I started looking a little puffy because of being a bit bigger and being on a higher dose of medication. I begin to look a bit more puffy and kind of cushiony like. Now I will say, having Addison's disease does not mean you have to be skinny like me. You can be plus size and still be Addison's and be healthy, but when you are genuinely a thinner person, we all have a natural weight for our bodies. Some people are bigger, some people are skinnier, and that's perfectly fine. But I find that I'm better in my skinnier range, where some people are better in their pluser size range. It really just depends on what makes you feel the most healthiest and better. If you heard that noise, my cat, what scared you? I'm sorry. Basically, know where you feel the most healthy. So, but at 16, I decided to put my foot down, said I would lose weight, and I tried to start eating healthier and taking care of myself. And I got the striation marks, which look like stretch marks and aren't. If you want to know a little bit more about those, check out the video of health problems that can accompany Addison's disease, and I will break that down a little bit more and explain it to you better. But pretty much in 2008, I put my foot down to lose a little bit more weight. In about 2009, 10-ish, I'm going to say 2010-ish, I started having problems with my stomach. And I had trouble eating a lot of things. I had to cut out stuff like Doritos, taquitos, a lot of processed frozen foods, red meats I had to kick out of my diet, and pork products, sausage, a lot of stuff like this I had to start kicking out slowly and surely. And finally got to the point where I was on a diet where I could only eat and it's pretty much still the diet I'm on, of just really eating very mild foods. And I went to the doctor and asked what's up, because I do know I have GERD, but I was like, is this, is it, what is it? And he told me that steroids, the prednisone, after being on it for a long time, can erode your stomach and make it hard for you to take different medications. Like Tylenol makes me sick to my stomach, and not being able to take aspirin, it really sucks, because I really can't take any pain medications because they make me so sick to my stomach when I take them. And pretty much the steroids are eroding my stomach, and it makes it harder for me to eat a lot of foods. So that really, really sucked. Now, pretty much, that's a lot of the developments on the 5-year mark. Hitting the ninth year mark, going into the 10-year mark, I would say hitting the 9-year marker, my doctor suggested I get a DEXA scan to see where my bones were, because of the fact that I've been taking steroids non-stop for so many years. I went and got a DEXA scan, which is a very simple, non-invasive, about 10 minutes it takes. You lay on a bed, this machine goes from like here, basically your whole spine and your hips is where this machine will scan over, and it'll show where your bone density is. And I have osteoporosis, and I got diagnosed at 20. I'm 21 now, so I've had it for a year, and I have the onset of osteoporosis in my spine and hips, which means I'm cut off from all activities. And I've been told this by doctors, I really shouldn't be riding bikes, skateboarding, snowboarding, skiing, roller skating, ice skating, a lot of things like this. Osteoporosis can affect your wrist, spine, and hips, and pretty much what osteoporosis does, if you don't know what it is it turns your bones into Swiss cheese. It makes them holey, it breaks them down, and it is a progressive thing. You cannot stop osteoporosis. You can try to slow it down, but the problem with the osteoporosis is I can't take any medication for it because it'll make you so severely sick, and it pretty much, with this taking the steroids orally, sometimes certain things the steroids will overpower it and it won't do its job, but more on that in the other video. So I got diagnosed with the osteoporosis. Now at the 10-year mark, it is very, very crazy. 10 years of Addison's disease, weight gain, up and down, medication levels all over the place, sickness, health, using the shot kit, not using the shot kit, the striation marks and the fact that they do disappear. But I will tell you that Addison's disease is a progressive disease. It does not get 100% better. You will feel the effects of your disease and adrenal fatigue throughout the rest of your living life with Addison's disease, because steroids cannot 100% replace what nature naturally makes in your body. So you will still constantly feel Addison's sick to a certain degree because of the fact that the steroids can't replace what nature makes, and it really does suck. I will say that there is a probability where you can die young from Addison's disease. I will be surprised if I make it to see 31 or 30 years old. I'd love to see the 20-year mark, but I don't have very high hopes in some ways, and I do in others. With Addison's disease, you really do have to take care of yourself, and you do have to put your foot down, know your limitations, take care of yourself, people. This is a progressive disease, and when you know, and if you get it at a young age, you really need to take care of yourself and do what you can, and definitely watch the videos, What I Wish I Knew When I Got My Disease, and health problems that can accompany it, because you need to know things to prevent and try to slow down and really take care of yourself. Put your foot down with friends, family, lovers, work, anybody. Put your foot down when you need to rest and when you need to take care of yourself. You do it. Don't let anybody push you past where your limits are. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're babying yourself and you're not doing what you should. At the same time, don't use your Addison's disease as an excuse to not go out and live your life and take care of yourself, but do know your limits. And I do feel there are different severities of Addison's disease. I do feel some people's Addison's disease is not as severe as others. I feel when you are younger and get diagnosed with it, it becomes more severe more early in life. And that leads into, since I got Addison's disease so young, I have had to try to change my mental process on what career paths that I want to do, because being a nurse isn't realistic. Working in hospitals is a bad idea because I will be exposed to too many bacteria, diseases, infections, and problems that can kill me and make me very gravely ill. And I have heard where some people have been working as nurses and they get diagnosed later on in their life and they've had to quit being nurses because of the fact that it was way too many hours and really hard on their body. So you may find that you might have to change your career even if you are in your 30s and 40s because of the fact that it may just be way too physically demanding on your body, and that can be very upsetting and very hard. But there is a lot of other options in this world to choose that aren't as hard on your body to do. You could, I'm looking at variables on all over the board. I'm looking at funeral home work, like mortuary makeup. I'm looking at funeral directing. I'm looking at working at home, like medical coding. I'm dyslexic, so some things like that aren't smart for me to be doing because it will just be way too hard for me to try to do. But you can do like medical coding style things, you can do freelance photography, you know, find your niche and you can definitely work with it. But Addison's disease definitely does progress, but if you do, take care of yourself, eat and drink, take your medication right, get the rest, know your limits, and just really take care of yourself. You can live a very good quality life. It's just knowing your limits. Some people may have limits that are different. If you are older and you get diagnosed, you may find that your limits are a little different. You may be able to do more compared to people who got diagnosed younger. But you can also consider possibly SSI or disability with Addison's. I have a video discussing my journey on that and my tips and stuff to you with getting that. So that will be coming later in the videos. But pretty much the 5 and 10 year mark, the 10-year mark where I'm sitting now, it's really a whirlwind and it can get very depressing. And I will tell you, you can look for counseling, but you're going to have a hard time with someone understanding how hard it truly is. And I do have a video talking about support groups and things that you can look into and do, so that video will come to discuss it better for you guys. But really, sitting here at the 10-year mark, I am glad to be alive. It's becoming a struggle though because of a lot of the health issues that can accompany it and have accompanied it, and the fact that I'd like to work more hours and make better money to take care of myself. But it's really, every time you take a step forward, it's like taking 2 steps back. When you get the Addison's disease as young as I have, because I didn't go to college and establish my life and be able to work to save money to get a car, to do more for myself, it makes it very, very hard. So, but there is a darker shaded side to this Addison's disease that will come out in these videos, because I gotta be honest with you. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, and it can be very hard, and in later videos you will see more of what I'm talking about with that. But pretty much, if you take care of yourself and you know what to look out for, you can help yourself live a very good life with this Addison's disease. Like I said, definitely check out What I Wish I Knew When I Got the Disease, which is the next video, and check out health problems that can accompany it, because they are lifesavers and something you should really, really know. So, thank you for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video.